Hello ladies and welcome to Chengi's World. I am Chengi and you, my precious one of my world. If you're new to my channel, that's who I am. Thank you so much for joining me and passing by up in here. Today we are gonna be doing a Women Ask Wednesday. It's Women Ask Wednesday. It's Women Ask Wednesday, baby. It's Women Ask Wednesday. That's the day that you guys send your messages and your questions to me, and I do a video so that everybody else can benefit from some of the questions that you guys are asking, because sometimes we all need to share. Sharing is caring. So if you're back again for another video, you know how we do. Love you a lot. You are so precious to me, my angel. So definitely stick in here because we're going to talk about, I'm going to read out the question from our lovely young lady, and then I'm going to give you an answer. If you would like to work with me one-on-one, I'm going to leave the description in the description box of how you can contact me, but definitely do, and my website, so you can have a look at the cost, etc., and sort of watch a video. And I've got it all set up for you so that you can decide whether you want to work with me or not. So I will be answering the questions. Furthermore, if you want to join me on Instagram and Facebook, I'd love for us to hang out. So if you're on any of those platforms, my handle is Chengi's World. So go check me out, go follow, and let's see if we can get this party started. Okay, doka. Okie dokie. So moving on to the question from our lovely young lady. I'm going to be reading it, so I'm going to look down for a little bit. I'm in my car at the moment because it's just a lovely day and I just couldn't be bothered to go in. So a bit of a change of scene is never gonna hurt. I am actually going to be making an announcement a little bit later, maybe on Saturday when I am doing my story time Saturday, which I'll be recording. So I will let you know. So get used to different backgrounds for a season. Okay, so the question is as follows. Hi Chengi, I'm a French black girl of 28 years old. I love you and I try to apply the advice you give about men. Well done, girl. Love you too, baby girl. I don't have friends due to jealousy problems, and I don't know where to go to meet good quality men. Should I go to the bar alone? Oh wow, I love this question because it's actually really short but very loaded. So I'm going to hopefully try and address what I feel are the three issues in this letter. So she wants to know, number one, she doesn't have friends to sort of do stuff with, and number two, she should go alone, and where should she go to find a good man? This is something that we get asked a lot. Okay, first and foremost, let me address something. We have to understand that feminine energy, a woman doesn't go hunting for a man. We don't go looking for men. I've got to get this straight, because a lot of the issues that I deal with my clients is because as women, we have sort of, because we are in work and we're in very kind of goal focused situations, we do, drive and go getters, right? With the boss girl, go get her. And with that comes a masculine energy. So anything that is giving or forthright or that penetrates, that's goal orientated, anything that requires a woman or a person to hunt, that is your masculine energy that you need in order to survive, to be great at business, to be great at other things. You need to have that masculine energy at work in your life. However, when it comes to relationships, any hunting, going in search, finding a man mentality, I know we use it in general, but I would like us now to begin to shift that definition. If you're part of my tribe, then we need to start to shift language, because it changes culture, it changes meaning, it changes mindsets. Okay. So what we really want to be talking about is positioning ourselves to be found, okay? Because we are always in the reciprocal. A feminine energy is always waiting to be found. And here's what happens. When you are in your feminine energy, what you actually find is that men are drawn to you like a magnet. When you're in your masculine energy, when you're in I gotta find a man, where do I go to find a man mindset, what you do is men begin to run away, okay? Because the truth is, when you come with masculine energy to a masculine man, it is going to repel, right? It's that opposites attract. You have to come into the room with feminine energy. So feminine energy will always sit back. Feminine energy positions itself to be found. Okay, so it's not passive. It is active, but it is not active in a forthright, forward moving, forward leaning direction. It is active in a leaning back position. So when we're talking about finding a guy, where do I go to find a guy? What we're going to do is we're going to leave our place and space and go into find mode. Men know when they're being hunted. We all know when we're being hunted. We all know. I was talking to a friend of mine, and we're talking about a particular gentleman that we both know, and I was saying to her, look, I know when a guy is coming on to me. I know the energy. I know how it feels. It is not what he's saying. It's I know his energy. I know how it feels when a guy is advancing towards me. Why? Because we're spirits. We're spirits and bodies, and so we energetically and spiritually communicate what we're really feeling and thinking. So, you know, in the same way, when you walk into a room with, I'm here to find a man, you are in that masculine energy, and you will find that men will either be repelled or they will stay away from you. So you want to always think to yourself, how do I position myself? Now, here's the key, and here's the interesting thing. If you are positioned in your feminine energy, then men will gravitate to you wherever you are. I know, like, women think to themselves, no, it doesn't happen. You know, I had a client was telling me there are no men in her town. I swear there are no men in my town. She swore blind that there were no men in her town, but actually started dating somebody who wasn't so far away. It was, I might have to go to the big city to kind of meet the guy that I want to meet. But in actuality, and in fact, it wasn't actually true. She could have met anyone in her space. Why? Because I taught her to open herself to that feminine energy. When you are in your feminine energy, you resonate and you send out a frequency out into the atmosphere. You're sending out a frequency into the atmosphere that says, look, I am woman, I am here, and I am open. And so men naturally begin to gravitate towards you. Okay, so what you want to do is have a mindset shift. Okay, we want to shift the mindset here. We're not, it's not about the practicalities. So if I have a mindset shift and I walk into a bar, if I have a mindset shift and I walk into a supermarket, and my energy is resonating, I am open, I am available for conversation, I am not looking, I am here shopping, I am here reading a book, I am here having a drink, relaxing from a long day. That's what I'm here to do, but I am open to conversation. I am leaning back so that you, gentlemen, can come and speak to me. Everything about your body language and everything about the way that you will present yourself will be open. It will be open, and men will naturally gravitate to you. So men are everywhere. You know, I'm a bit iffy. Of course, you know, now, on a practical level, I always say to my clients, look, first of all, define the man that you want. Okay, what guy do you want? Be clear about that guy. And what I say to them is, be so specific about him. I want you to tell me what he wears, what he eats, what he drinks, what he does for fun. I want you to almost create this masculine type of guy that for you, you know, he wears 3-piece suits. He's into tailored clothes. He's a designer wearing guy. No, he's a jeans and t-shirts guy. He shops and I want you to tell me where he shops. I want you to tell me where he eats. I want you to tell me where he buys his meat. I want you to tell me where he lives his life, because these are the places that you need to be in. So there's no standard, go to the supermarket to meet a man, or go to this place to meet a man. You know, if your guy's a designer wearing guy, if he's a Tom Ford wearing guy, then you need to go to Tom Ford in Harrods or wherever it is that you're going to find Tom Ford, and buy your dad some cufflinks and be around where that kind of man is going to be. If you're not into a guy who wears Tom Ford, if you're into your casual guy with, you know, ripped jeans or whatever it is, you're going to go there and do your shopping there. You're going to position yourself where you're most likely to meet that guy, right? So there's no point in just randomly going to the supermarket or randomly going to a bar. You know, what if you go to a bar, what men are there? What are they, you know, there to, is it a private members club? Is it just the local pub? You know, if you don't know the guy that you want, you don't know how to position yourself in his world so that you can be found by him. So you need to be clear, first and foremost. That's the answer to that question. Be clear about the guy you want. so that you can position yourself in his world. Okay, so that's hopefully answers your question. Now, when it comes to girls, this is a huge deal. When I was growing up, I didn't really get on with a lot of girls because I understand this whole idea of jealousy. I found that when I was growing up, women, the girls in and around me, there was always a competition. I was never in that competition, but I found even my best friend would be in competition with me, that I wasn't even aware of. So I found it draining and exhausting to constantly be in competition with other girls. So I spent a lot of time around boys. And I think I've said this in the other video, and I guess this is where I've learned a lot about men, because my friends in school were largely male. So we would share and talk, and because there was no competitive energy between me and the guys. But what I found, obviously, is when I left school, school is a very controlled environment. It's an environment where you can't choose the people that you spend time with. You can't choose your company. So you have to almost make do with what you have, or, at work, you can't choose your colleagues. But when I left school, I found that because I could choose my friends, my world became broader and bigger. And then I found that actually I could find loyalty in other women. I could find sisterhood. I could find women who celebrated my mind, my heart, who's even celebrated me looking good. They were happy for me to look good. They didn't feel insecure because they were comfortable in their own skin. They loved themselves. They were beautiful and beautiful inside and out. So there was never really any competition. In fact, we would spend so much time saying, oh, you'd look so much better if you put that on. And I found a love amongst women that I didn't think was possible. So here's the key. The key is realizing that, if you are finding you are attracting women into your life that are jealous, you are in a way, these women are low value. They're not in your league. Just as I say to women, find a man of high value, a man on your mindset, a man in your league. That also applies to female friends. Not every woman can be your mate. Not every woman can be your friend. Make sure that you're on the same page. You have the same trajectory. You are pursuing the same thing. And position yourself for women like that. Position yourself to be around positive people. One of the things that really, really opened me up to great female friendships was network marketing, because it unites people with one cause, and women that are entrepreneurial, that are pressing towards a goal, that want to achieve something, don't have time to be comparing and competing with you over nonsense. So a lot of the people that I hang around with are very ambitious, forward-thinking, forward-facing. They don't have time to be deciding whether or not your shoes are better than mine, or how come you have this, and these are the things that happen. So I would say to you that you need to really be proactive about the sort of women friends that you want. Choose your women friends, just as you would a guy. Write down the sort of females that you would like to be friends with, the kind of women that you want to be friends with, the sisterhood that you want from other women, the support you want. You don't want to just surround yourself with like-minded women, and then position yourself where you will find them. It's the same principle. Position yourself and show yourself friendly, and be the one to step out. With women, we can afford to do that with one another. When there's no romance involved, by all means, use that masculine energy to make a new girlfriend, to make another female friend. So, but nevertheless, it's all about positioning. Okay. So that's really very important. And the last thing is, should I go alone? I think that's wonderful. I really, really encourage all of you ladies to really have a heart and a mindset of doing things alone. Not all the time, but your chances of a man walking up to you and striking up a conversation are like 100 times more than if you are with another girlfriend. And if you are going to go out with girlfriends, don't go with one girlfriend, go with two girlfriends. Why? Because when a guy comes to talk to you and he wants to take a little bit of your attention away, you are not going to be feeling bad because your friend is sitting there looking into thin air, wondering what is going on. because you will have somebody else to talk to. So never go out just in pairs. Go as a threesome, because if your friend pulls and you're sitting there, you're not going to feel good about that. Okay. And then that's going to kill that interaction. So if you are going to go with friends, make sure it's 3 of you. Always make sure that if you or one of you pulled away, you still have each other. Don't ignore your friends all night in order to talk to this man. You know, make sure that he knows that you're with your friends. You didn't come here to find him. He's not your world. If you want to have a dance with him, have a dance and go back to your friends. Okay, so don't abandon your friends for the rest of the night because you met some amazing guy and you just disappeared. I know that sometimes we do that, but that's just not the way forward. And it's low value, and it makes the man feel like, you know, you kind of came to hunt him down and to find him. So by all means, give him your time and attention and buy you a drink, have a bit of a chit chat, and then excuse yourself politely and go back to being with your friends. But absolutely feel no kind of way about getting a book, sitting in a coffee shop and reading a book, going into a bar, sitting by, you know, with the bartender and reading a book. Don't go there with your mobile phone. Don't be looking through Instagram. Don't look so preoccupied that you're in a completely different world. A book is great because it's a subject to discuss. It's something that, you know, somebody can discuss, or just sitting there on a really casual and just, you know, just enjoying your drink and enjoying your company and having a smile on your face that is inviting. So these are some of the things that I really wanted to touch on. Thank you so much for this question. I hope it really helped some of you ladies out there, that you are, you know, you are in a position where you're ready to be found. You're ready to come out of your house, out of your comfort zone, and position yourself to be found. Position yourself in the place where you want to be, and don't be afraid to go out alone. You know, make a habit of it. At least once in a while, once a month, treat yourself to something alone where you know that you are likely to meet. Go to a spa where you know that is a male-female spa. Go somewhere alone, because a man will have a lot more courage approaching you if you go alone. Okay, so definitely be proactive. It's not about being passive. I hope this helps. Thank you so much for your question, my lovely. Thank you for letting me use it to really touch on some issues. Love you lots. Take care of you. Mwah.